Now, let us read the passages. Ahem.
In 2020, I used to be in a Discord server called the Clownfish. I don't remember most of the people there, but I still remember one person, the most infamous person in there, LioConvoy. LioConvoy used to be a YouTuber that had 20,000 subscribers. Now he's kind of been losing them. He's been losing more, and it keeps going down, and I'm enjoying every last moment of this. I'm enjoying the moments while it lasts. And the reason being the fact that I just do not like this guy. See, I mentioned him being in Clownfish, and the reason why I mentioned that is because he kind of ruined that server. He destroyed that server, and I actually kind of still am salty over that stuff. Basically, what he did was he would constantly argue with people and constantly, try and start fights every time that he was online. So you could like have an armless debate about like your favorite Teletubby, and it would somehow turn that into like a debate about politics or some shit. It was annoying as hell. So that ruined the server because people didn't want to have to deal with that. This was just a random normie Discord server. People don't like random people forcing them to debate in VC. My first interaction with him was over Netflix's She-Ra, a reboot that turned the entire cast from this to this. It was an extremely heated conversation, which looking back at it, it's kind of like a prototype for the Senate, because this conversation I'm talking about happened like months before the Senate was even an idea. Whatever. To mention the Senate, alright, let's talk about Stalin. Recently he changed his name to Queen Serafina. That name is cringe as fuck. He was a mod on Clownfish, and he was mostly just Leo's like inside man. See, basically, like I said before, people didn't enjoy Leo just randomly turning every conversation to a debate. So Leo eventually kept getting banned, and then the mods would keep banning him, but eventually they got tired of it because every time they would ban him, Stalin would unban him. And eventually they decided to just, kick Stalin from the server, which is something everybody was pro. Everybody voted for Stalin off the team. So in retaliation, Stalin decided to, make a copy of the Barrel server, a server run by a YouTuber named Vida. Okay, I've probably lost some of you, so let me give you a quick history lesson here. Vida is a brony that has a Discord server called the Barrel, or at least had a Discord server called the Barrel. He had a falling out with Leo because both of them used to be friends at one point, but they weren't friends anymore. Eventually, Leo and Stalin decided to team up together and make a duplicate server that is like an exact copy of the original Barrel server, Barrel 2.0. He had the exact same logo and everything. Leo, being the petty person he is, he couldn't let it go. So eventually, when he found out that Vida actually had some allegations against him, he instantly jumped on that. And don't get me wrong, the allegations ended up being true, but that doesn't really matter because that's not my point. My point is that Leo wasn't doing it out of the kindness of his heart. He wasn't exposing Vida out of the Samaritan savior complex. He was doing it out of the I'm gonna throw somebody I'm not friends with anymore complex. I could do an entire history on the Senate, and I'm probably gonna do a video on that itself. But back to the Senate. See, to understand the Senate, you need to understand that Leo and all of his friends have a massive savior complex. See, in the mind of the Senate, Leo and all of his friends, Leo is sort of Batman.
Come, my children.
Right, he's the Batman figure. All of his adopted family is the Robins. Alright, all of the Robins, the female Robins. So I would probably say Batgirls, but Robins probably make more sense. Jordan would probably be like the Red Hood of the of the delusional ass shit. And Damien is obvious. It's Hopeless Peaches. Alright, she's the new addition to the family, and obviously the most pampered version of the Robin. In the case of the villains, Coyote Lovely is obviously Two-Face, alright? The evident, formerly a friend of Batman, turned it into the, dark side, alright? The dark side being degenerate furry stuff. What I find funny is that directly after Coyote Lovely was exposed, LioConvoy and Hopeless Peaches made this long ass interrogation type video on Coyote Lovely where they, put him in a voice call, grilled him, showed them that they were holding accountability. Only problem with this stream was it was way too late, 10 months way too late, Cause see, Leo actually found out about this stuff 10 months ago. And the reason why I know this is because somebody else pointed this out 10 months ago. The person is by the name of Silver Fox. And I'm gonna play you the clip of this. I want you to keep in mind that this was 10 months before this video was even made.
Also lovely, I know about your secret. Why were you friends with Zoo and Furry and not even talk about it? Or publicly disown them? Excuse my mini call-out post, but I think I have the right to be suspicious of a guy that is known very well on YouTube for constantly roasting the hell out of Zoo and yet didn't disown the ones that he knew.
You looking real sexy over there.
Now, were you spying on them? Were you just not aware? Or are you hiding something lovely?
Listen, I know what some of you are gonna be asking me now. Can you prove that Leo saw the video? No. The reason being that the person who made the video kinda nuked the entire presence online. I know Leo is gonna probably try and use this as like a point against me bringing this up, but Silver Fox's points got all backed up, and they were all proven eventually, and they were proven back then too. So like, you don't really have an argument. You could have literally just read Kiwi Farms, but I guess not. Alright, it takes that long to not be dumb. Anyway, I can post you the comments that Leo initially left on there, but I don't think Leo himself would deny leaving those comments, because he himself was very open about leaving those comments in first place. You might notice that I made like a joke back then, like a couple minutes ago, about like the Robins, and the reason why I did that is because Leo has like multiple adopted daughters. And when I say adopted daughters, I don't mean like he adopted them when they were like 8 years old or some shit. He adopted them when they was like 28 to like 30 years old. So like, for reference, Leo is 37, so that would be like Keemstar adopting Leafy's year. And before somebody goes blah 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 blah, it's literally the exact same age gap between Hopeless Peaches and LioConvoy. 14 years. I did the math. Anyway, I feel like I covered everything I can like in like a short video. My voice is just strained a little bit, not because of the topic, but because it's like 2 a.m. right now, and I haven't slept, so I'm just gonna get some sleep and then edit this entire video. What did I always say at the end of it? Okay, I said I was gonna do that leaf eat in every video now. So if you like the video, Leo is gonna lose all of his hair. Anyway, bye.